Hey, Horatio, and all you coaches down in Detroit. I've got to be speaking at our gala tonight. It's a big academic thing. In fact, one of our Detroit guys, Jay Nagins, is getting a monstrous academic athletic award tonight. But I wish I could be down there with you. As you know, Horatio, I've spoken at it before. I think it's very valuable. I think you'll have some great coaches speaking to you. So I want to wish each and every one of you a welcome, a big welcome. I wish I could be there with you. I hope you get a lot out of it. You won't get a lot out of it unless you ask questions and you spend time. So find someone you don't know, get to know them. Go shake their hand. Go talk to them. You never know who can help you in the long run. Like I said, I wish I could be there, but I know you're going to have a great night. Horatio, appreciate what you're doing in that area down there. Thank you very much. The one thing all of us are in is a new world. The NIL world, the transfer portal. It's happening in high school, it's happening in college, and pretty soon it's going to happen in the NBA and NFL. But what we have to do is really educate our kids on big picture things. It seems like everybody's just looking at what does it do for me today? There are so many factors, and I think we have to spend time together, high school coaches, college coaches, and I think we have to spend time with our student athletes, and we have to spend time with their parents, because I think parents become a big part of this whole deal. The other part that becomes major is the agents. And when they allowed agents in high schools and colleges, and there's two kinds of agents. There's agents that are going to represent them in their pro careers, meaning the NFL or NBA. And then there's what I call NIL agents. And those guys are more or less representing them to get them from one school to the next or get them the money that they think they can get them. The transfer portal and NIL is definitely hitting high schools and colleges the hardest. And I think we have to stick together, talk together, try to educate the player that, you know what, leaving might get you a little bit more money, but you're also leaving a program that might be very well suited for you. It's not just about the money, even though that's what it's becoming. It is about the fit. It is about who you play for, where you play, your opportunity to win, your opportunity to build your brand by winning. And those are things that are very difficult for a 17, 16, 19, 20, 21-year-old to deal with, to understand. And it's also very difficult for the parents to deal with and understand. So as everything else in life, education is going to be the big key. We have to educate these guys the best we can. It becomes more difficult when we're confused ourselves. So spending time with each other, spending time in this clinic you're in is going to be very valuable and important. Talking to coaches, whether it be at Michigan or Michigan State or Oakland or Eastern or Western or all the other schools, Central, that are involved in our state, I think is going to be very critical also. I think the newest issue we're all dealing with too is mental health. It's becoming a big factor in the progress of our student athletes at, again, all these levels. Mental health is something that we're not necessarily trained to do, but kind of getting a good view of body language or when kids have problems is going to take more time. If there's one thing I've learned the last couple of years, spending more time with my players is incredibly, incredibly important. Mental health is something that is hidden. It's not out there. It's not something you see every day. And again, it's not something we're trained for. So if you're lucky enough to have some people around you that could help in that area, help you and your players, that would be one thing. But putting your head in the sand would be the biggest mistake you made. These student athletes need us. Unfortunately, we need some higher ups too. It's an area that the more things that are thrown around, I call them distractions, dirt bags, I call them a lot of different things. It's things that are affecting these kids. It affects them physically, but it really affects them mentally. We all know what Twitter has done to our society. What we don't sometimes understand is what it does to the student athlete. And that is a factor that we deal with every single day. Good game, bad game, what people are saying about him. I don't read it. Why would I put myself through that? Unfortunately, the 17-year-olds, the 16-year-olds, the 20-year-olds are going to read it every day. So I think the best thing I can tell you, spend time. It's something we don't have and we don't do a good enough job. If there's one thing I think I've done here at Michigan State over my 30 years, spend more time with my players. And if you spend time with them, you get signs whether things are going up and down. Finally, let's talk a little bit about mentorship, or the journey, or the process, whatever you want to call it. I was one of you. I started out in a high school. I coached there for 1 year. I went as a GA at a small college. I went as a GA at Michigan State. I kind of worked my way up through the system. One thing I can tell each and every one of you, you got 6 or 7 Division I schools here in the state. You got a bunch of Division II schools. I would visit those places. I would go and watch a practice. I'd ask them if you can sit in on some things and kind of learn and how we do it. When I came here as a GA many, many years ago, I worked a summer camp. That's another good way to get involved on learning something from the coach, but also get involved with other coaches that you're around. I think the biggest part of that is, do you have people skills? Can you communicate in a large group? Can you walk into a room and make people feel comfortable about you? If you don't, you're going to struggle, because no mentor is going to be able to do that for you. So some of it's on your own, but some of it is the resources you have. I know here at Michigan State, my coaches are open every single day to anybody who's a high school coach. Sometimes that's a little bit of a distraction, but I think I owe it to the people that are helping me bring along the high school kids into the college. So you ever want to come up to Michigan State, high school coach, carte blanche. And if you want some advice on mentorship, you've got to be proactive both in how you do it, how you maybe talk to people, how you communicate with people, but then you got to go out and spend some time with people. On the phone probably doesn't make it very often. You got to go there in person. Good luck.